to Kitchen to Kitchen. I am Jamie.
And I'm Nicole. And today we are going to be making the Baja Cauliflower Tacos from America's Test Kitchen, the plant-based cookbook. We're pretty excited about these, but actually we decided to add in an extra element to this recipe, and we're going to be making spicy pickled radishes from a website called MexicanPlease.com. And you can hear Kimchi in the background. He's definitely part of this today.
He's always a part of it.
I know, exactly. So the way that we're going to start is we're going to turn on our burners, and we're going to add to a pan. Turn this down a little bit. Basically, we just have to bring the brine to a boil and then turn it off. So it's really simple. We're going to add in white vinegar, and we'll have all the ingredients listed below the recipe. So to make it simple, so we've got the white vinegar, we're adding in water, and then about a teaspoon of salt. And that's it for the brine. Super simple, just bring it to a boil. And while that's working, we're going to cut radishes. So I think we both already have our radishes cut.
Yes.
I know I left one here just to show quickly. Radishes, you can cut them on a microplane. If you cut them on a microplane, they're going to be the same size. Super consistent. When I'm cooking at home, and sometimes even when I cook for events, it's not that big of a deal to me to use the microplane. So I just slice them thinly. You do have to be really, really careful with your fingers. And I have found that starting at the smaller end, at the root end, just makes them more stable for cutting. It's a little bit easier. So I'm going to I just have my radishes in some cool water to keep them from oxidizing and kind of graying. I'll set those aside. So typically what I do, because I usually make these in a bigger jar, I just take a jalapeno, cut it in half, the long way, and put it in just like this. I leave the seeds in because we like spicy, not too spicy, but we have found that this is a good amount of spice. What I'm going to do today, because I have a few smaller jars, I'm just going to take this and cut it into 3 slices because I might need 3 jars worth, and that's it.
I sliced mine, but that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then garlic, just smash it and peel it. And then I'll just kind of break it up because it might be going into multiple jars. And that is literally it. Once this boils, we'll pour it over the mix. And actually, what we can go ahead and do while we're waiting for this to boil is just get it into the jars. We may as well.
Okay, so we got to put our radishes and our jalapenos and our garlic in the jar?
Yep.
Okay. How many radishes did you use? Did you use like a lot?
No, probably a dozen or so.
Okay. You look like you have more. I don't know why you always look like you have like more ingredients than I do. I don't know what that is.
Just kind of push them down. We need space, so I'm only going to use 2 jars.
Okay.
So I just tuck the jalapeno down in there.
Okay.
And I'll just cut a piece each of the jalapeno and garlic in half, so I have 1.5 pieces in each of my jars. And I forgot to say initially, the way that I like to clean my jars before I do anything like this is I wash them in hot soapy water and then put them in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes, just to make sure that the jars are really clean. And that way I know that my jars can stay in the refrigerator for maybe a little longer than other jars, but it works for me. So yeah, now we'll just pour it in. And the idea is we want the radishes submerged. Wow, did you get any of that in your nostrils?
I can smell it a ton.
It's a bit intense. Yep, there we go.
There we are. I don't know that mine are gonna necessarily be, well, let's just kind of push them down there.
Oh, and you know what I forgot? Black pepper.
Put that in there, right?
So it can just go right on top.
Just a little bit, correct? Not like a ton.
I like a little extra, but I like pepper. That should, I'm going to take a butter knife and just really gently.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Kind of mash it all in there. Ooh, it's very pretty pink.
Isn't it? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love these colors. Let it sit to the side, and when they have cooled, then they can actually go into the refrigerator.
Okay, so we are moving on to making the coleslaw salad.
Yep. And what we want is roughly 3 cups or so. I think it was, let me actually look at the recipe. Yeah, 3 cups or about 7.5 ounces of the coleslaw blend. I just cut up green cabbage, purple or red cabbage, whatever they call it, and I shredded up carrot.
Yep.
What's your coleslaw blend?
I did a bagged blend.
Okay.
Because it happened to be the exact amount that we needed. So I was, and you know me, I'm
nice.
all about the easy stuff, so.
Is yours, I couldn't see, what is in yours?
It looks like just green cabbage, a little bit of red cabbage, and carrots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then to that, we're going to add about half of a mango. So with mango, do you have a way that you like to cut mango?
No, because it's hard to cut. So
I usually just try to cut as close to the seed as I can.
Yep.
Let's see. I know that there are easier ways to do this, and I'm actually also wondering if mine is quite ripe enough, but it's coming out.
Okay.
In little pieces. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. How's yours coming along?
Mine is fine. I'm kind of I don't know that I'm doing it the right way of what people would recommend, but it's happening.
I mean, as long as it's coming out in little chunks or big chunks.
Well, I'm kind of getting big chunks, and then I'm just kind of working with it.
Okay. I think mine is not as ripe as I would generally like it to be.
I don't think mine is either.
I still need to do my other piece, but it is coming out in chunks with mine.
Okay.
I wonder, yours might actually be more ripe than mine is, I wonder.
It might be. I mean, it's fine. It's not like it's horrible, but it definitely and I'm sure it's because it's winter here, you know?
Yes.
Like, I'm sure they have to fly in these mangoes from whatever state they get their mangoes from, and, you know.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about that more because I was listening to a piece about how bodies actually do better with the produce that is local, and part of that is because they grow in the same conditions that we're growing in, essentially.
Okay.
I thought that was really interesting.
That is interesting. I will say though that unfortunately when you live like in Minnesota,
totally, that is
only an option in the summer, and then you wouldn't even be able to get all the foods, you know, because some stuff doesn't grow here. Like, I don't think that mangoes grow here. I would doubt it.
No.
I think they're just too tropical. So that is great in theory.
Right, exactly.
Although, and I wish I lived in a tropical environment.
And we both do love the farmer's market when it's available, and that's something we do around farmer's market, but it's about probably more like 45 minutes from us.
Okay.
So I don't go there as often as I would like, but and then of course I get to garden, and so I get a lot of produce that way.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to going to the farmer's market when it's a little bit warmer out again.
Oh my goodness, me too. I am so ready for it to be warm and to be able to do stuff like that.
Yeah. I know you're a lot colder than we
Slippery.
are.
It's slippery, Nichole. Okay. I think I got
Maybe
it.
I bet yours is just more ripe because mine was not slippery.
Oh. Yeah, it definitely might be more ripe than yours. So these need to be small pieces, you said?
Yep, about a 1/4 inch. Mine are a little larger. I'd say they're between 1/4 and 1/2 inch.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in with the coleslaw mix, and it's already so freaking gorgeous.
Yes, and I am also just gonna. It's really pretty, and it just smells good because I like mango.
Yes. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of lime juice.
Okay.
I just like to roll them to kind of activate the juices.
I need that.
I wonder if I'm gonna need 2 of them this time. Yep, I think so. These are really tiny limes.
Mine is not a super tiny. Well, it's kind of tiny, I guess, but it just doesn't look super. It doesn't look very juicy.
Huh. Yeah, I'm actually wondering if I might end up needing another.
2 tablespoons, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, mine's actually going to be perfect. I think, because 1/2 a lime was 1 tablespoon. Mine is like perfect. 2 tablespoons. Okay.
Oh yeah, I pretty much got a tablespoon
Out
from
of 1 lime. Oh my goodness.
limes. No, from 2 limes.
You got 1 tablespoon out of 2 limes?
Yeah, they were very. I mean,
They were
they're
tiny.
very small.
Super tiny. Oh my goodness.
We've got about a tablespoon of cilantro.
Okay.
I just took, I don't know, 4 or 5 stems of it, and that's just what I'm using.
Okay. I'm just going to cut a little bit there. So a tablespoon of cilantro.
And then about a tablespoon of jalapeno as well. That's pretty much, I think that's going to be about a 1/4 of a jalapeno for me.
Okay.
And I know I just cut it into strips and then cut it really finely, just kind of rock the blade on it. How do you cut? How do you cut it?
I cut it the
Okay.
same. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be about a tablespoon.
Okay, so I'm just going to kind of cut the end off maybe. And just go to town. All right, so tablespoon of that.
Oh, and then it's just the 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is pretty much almost as simple as the radishes, really. And at this point, we just stir it and then let it sit in the refrigerator and let the flavors all melt together while we work on the cauliflower and the cilantro sauce for the tacos. Okay, so now we're going to prepare the cauliflower for the Baja-Style Tacos that we're making today, and we need to set the oven to 450 to start with. I feel like that should be its own video. Anyway, okay, so for prepping the cauliflower, I keep wanting to say avocado. This is the weirdest thing ever. We're just gonna pull off all of the green leaves at the bottom. Now you can just keep in mind, you can make these tender for steaming and use them. You can cut them really finely and add them to salads. Some people put them away for stocks. There are different things that you can do with these leaves, or you can put them in your compost, whatever works. But we definitely don't need them for this recipe. And then, of course, you want to cut off the stem at the bottom. Now, sometimes what works, I don't know if it's going to work for mine, and this is kind of loud.
I do this with lettuce, actually.
But mine is not doing it today. So I'm just going to...
Mine just broke into pieces.
Oh, hey, it started doing your job for you.
There we go.
So with the cauliflower, we want it roughly an inch. So with this piece, I guess I would take it more like that.
Yeah.
So they're not too big and they all get nice and crispy.
Okay.
Was your head of cauliflower really big?
It was pretty big. Well, it was one of those things where I was at the store and I'm like, so I can either pay like whatever for a tiny one or pay the same amount and get more.
Oh, yeah.
So I might as well just get more. So that was kind of my line of thinking.
Yeah. Ooh, I just lost a piece of cauliflower.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I've had a few fly. I have one on the floor over there, actually. Oops.
Actually, our dogs usually, if they find things like this, they get really excited.
Even for cauliflower?
It depends. Definitely if it's steamed. A lot of times when they find raw vegetables like that, they will eat them.
Oh, funny.
One thing that our dogs love, especially Fender, is dehydrated sweet potatoes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's...
I bought a bag for him one time, and I don't remember how much it was. It was a little pricey, but I wanted to try it for him, and he loved it so much that I realized I can make them. They're so cost effective to make, and they don't take much time.
That's cool. Yeah, my cats only like meat. They don't do... Or cheese. They like cheese, actually.
They have good taste.
They have good taste. That's right. I know the other day I was just sitting around. I think I was editing, actually. And I had... So for Christmas, one of the things that my mother-in-law got me was just like a sampler of just these cheeses. So I had a sharp cheddar, and I'm just munching on it, you know, and I have it over on the couch with me. Loki, my Persian, just walks on over and eats a piece off my plate. I'm like, dude, you have some good taste there. It is very good cheese, but don't eat it again. You're a cat. So,
oh my gosh,
that's my story for you.
So, in this bowl, I have 1 cup of coconut milk. This is a full fat coconut milk. I don't know if you could use low fat or not. I'll probably try it at some point. And then we're going to add in garlic powder, cumin, cayenne, a lot less cayenne, and salt. Yeah. And then just whisk that together.
Okay.
Didn't you almost do a teaspoon when we were talking about the ingredients?
Yeah, I was saying it would be pretty funny if I did a teaspoon of cayenne. Oh. Well, it wouldn't be necessarily funny, but it would be too strong for me. I like a little spice. I don't like a lot of spice. A lot of spice for me is just not a thing I do. But.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely has to be well balanced. Even if something is spicy, making sure that it's well balanced is obviously really important.
Right.
And then I'm just going to go ahead right now and add in my cauliflower to this bowl. And then I'm going to,
Okay.
If I can fit it all in, which I think I can, and I might have to kind of move it around a little bit at the end, but I figured just giving it time to kind of sitting here could be good.
I'm going to stir mine around.
And just I'm putting it in a pie plate. It seems a little bit easier for dredging. We'll see. It's a mix of coconut, unsweetened, shredded coconut. That's important here. Hey, Birdie. And then also panko breadcrumbs. And then we just need to combine the two. I'm actually hoping that there is panko and coconut left over so I can make this again. The idea when we pull it out is we really want to let the milk mixture come off of it.
Yep.
As much as possible. And then, yeah. Also, the recipe mentions that you need to kind of pat the panko coconut mixture on.
Okay. Looks like it's gonna be good.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, I am noticing I've really got to kind of
Pat it down.
pat it.
I'm kind of doing it like I do it with chicken when I do, where I put it in there and then I kind of use my hand to kind of scoop it up around and kind of engulf the whole piece in it and then take it out.
I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. Also, though, the cauliflower doesn't have a different color from.
No, it's a little hard to see.
It is. I have a piece. Yeah, here it is. It was totally. I couldn't find it. Now the recipe did say to spray a pan with oil for these. But we decided, especially based on your experience, Jamie, we decided to just go ahead and use parchment paper.
Yes. Yes.
And you said, what is your experience with spraying pans?
I just don't like spraying pans directly because I feel like stuff, even if you spray them, stuff still always sticks. I would more likely spray it like tin foil if you're going to spray anything. All right, so these pop in the oven.
20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to put mine at 25, and halfway through, we need to flip the cauliflower. So now we're going to start the cilantro sauce for the tacos. This is really, really simple. We're going to start with a plant-based sour cream, and then to that, we're going to add a plant-based mayonnaise. And of course, you know, if you want to use, it's up to you. The book suggests either plant-based or dairy-based, you know, what works for you.
And I'm doing dairy-based.
And then we're going to mince up roughly 3 tablespoons of cilantro. I just basically pack it all together and chip it on it. It's just fast. And it might be a little bit more than 3 tablespoons, but I'm a big fan of cilantro, so.
Mine's like a half a cup. I'm not doing that much. Maybe. Let's see. Let's go like this.
I mean, look, I just put it in the bowl and it's come out over the top,
2,
so I have a bit in there.
3.
Okay. And then it just gets some salt. That's it. We'll just mix it all together.
Doesn't it get water too?
I don't think so.
I thought you said it was 3 tablespoons of water.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I even have my little bowl of water sitting.
I was going to say, I have a bowl of water sitting here. I thought I had it there for a reason. But, you know, the other day with another recipe, I had a random ingredient, I think. So, whatever.
That's right. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of water, as Jamie said. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, the water definitely makes it pourable.
Yes. And the water also makes it so my bowl is way too tiny for this, but that's okay. I will make it work.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see.
That's definitely
I'm a fan.
Basil sauce. It's good?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get our cauliflower out of the oven. The coconut that I added on got a little bit dark.
Mine has some dark spots too.
Okay.
I mean, nothing too crazy, but.
And I'm really curious, with yours, how crispy are they?
They look pretty crispy.
Okay. did did all of the coconut and panko stick?
Pretty well. Yeah,
I
pretty
don't
well
think
it
mine
did.
as well. Okay.
Yours stuck?
I don't think it did quite
didn't?
as well as maybe yours did. I heated up some corn tortillas.
Yep, and I did flour.
Oh goodness.
I just thought my corn tortillas looked like they were gonna break, so I didn't want a breaking tortilla as I tried to eat my tacos.
Right.
So we do a little cauliflower.
And I just have been used to putting sauce on the bottom of mine. Sometimes I put it on the top too, but
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna throw mine right on top.
Oh my goodness gracious. Kimchi knows it's time to eat.
Kimchi's like, give me some of that.
Yep. He's pretty smart about that.
All right, little radish there.
The color of this, my gosh.
It's very pretty.
I mean, it is eating a rainbow.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay, go to town.
Mm.
It's good. I think it's really good.
I'm not the craziest huge fan of cauliflower, so I was the slightest bit hesitant about it. I mean, I'll eat it, but I like this.
It's really good. My first bite, I didn't really get the cilantro sauce so much, so it's okay. But my second bite, I really got that cilantro sauce. Oh my god, and the radish, super good.
Oh my goodness, that is that, and I guess it is an America's Test Kitchen recipe, so I know that more research is done with these recipes, and this just went so well together. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was real good.
I think one thing that I might do just slightly differently is just adding more cilantro, because I think that this could have a good bit more cilantro, which I love. So if people don't love it, then, you know, they wouldn't necessarily want to, but I think that the cilantro could actually shine a little more. And you could probably even bring up the spice a little bit too, but I don't know. What do you think?
You could. I don't taste any spice.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted spice, you could definitely bring up the spice more. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you next time.
Yeah, and really hope you try it. I think if you love a lot of flavor in your food and just a lot of color, that really, the vibrancy, this is something you'll really love.
Yeah, it's good. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. See you next time.